There you go. All right, Alex. We washed the car, we foamed it, we did an iron remover, we clayed the vehicle. Now we're going to polish. Now, the reason why I'm going to have you polish the car, I need to see if you're scared, worried, nervous, hesitant, how you handle power tool. You've used power tools before. You actually told me that you've done some wood furniture sanding.
Very, very similar looking to this.
Okay.
Maybe even slightly a bigger size. You know, we polished a tabletop.
You said the disc was very big.
Probably even bigger than that. Yeah, it was maybe this side.
Right.
So I did use it once, and I wasn't very scared. In fact, wasn't scared at all.
Okay. So a dual action, the first thing that people get, they all want to know how to polish paint because that's the sexy part of auto detailing.
Right.
I want to make my car look great. I want to do this process.
I saw that.
But when you
good.
polish car, the first thing beginners fear the most, I don't want to ruin the paint. What I'm going to show you today is a very simple process. It's not a overly aggressive process. It's a gentle polish to the paint. We're not looking for perfection. We're not going to lift the pad up and go, yay, this car should be put into a show and we're going to win a trophy. For a beginner, they have to start somewhere, right? You got to crawl before you walk. We're going to do a very light polish. I just want to see how you look holding onto the polisher and where your level is at this point. Then in the future, we're going to get really, really extended because when we polish paint, there is a lot to know. Impossible to do it all in one video, but I'm just going to show you the basics, and I want to see your behavior when you polish paint because that's going to tell me where I need to go with you in the future. Make sense?
Quite the build-up.
Quite the build-up.
Yep.
Okay.
You built it up well.
All right.
Let's see how.
This is a dual action. It's a dual action polisher. I'm using an orange pad. There is a pad that's even gentler. It's a black pad, but
What's a dual action?
dual action. Not only does this thing turn, it also has an orbit to it. So when it spins like that, it kind of just looks round, right? But there's also an 8mm orbit. If
Like
I can,
kind of like
yes,
this little.
you got it. You know what it's trying to mimic? You know when you ever watch Karate Kid wax on, wax off? You know when you're waxing your car, you're kind of going like that?
Yeah.
That's exactly what this thing is trying to
I
mimic,
see.
that hand movement.
Right. Yeah, because you know your hand. Yeah, I got you.
And the reason why it does that is because it's safe for the paint to do it that way. Also, too, if this thing doesn't stay absolutely flat, it doesn't spin. It's a very safe tool for beginners. So, again, there's a lot to discuss here, but we'll get to that in future videos. I'm just going to show you the basics. You're going to watch me do it really quickly, and then I'm going to have you do it next to me so I can see where you're at.
But tell me about the pressure. You're always very particular about the pressure that you barely have to touch the car.
Good, Alex. Excellent question. I don't want you to apply any pressure at all, just the weight of the tool on the paint.
That's
That's
what we did with the clay and with the mats and
Right.
all that. Barely touching it is, no pressure basically.
All of these videos are just getting you comfortable with what we're going to be talking in the future, but going deeper into
Okay.
it. So I don't want to say, hey, let's clay a car, and you look at me and go, what the heck is that? You have an idea what it's all about. So this is a dual action polisher. I'm going to polish some paint with it. This is a medium cut pad. This is very hard Chevy clear coat. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it another time. This pad is completely safe. We're also going to be using, this is a micro cut polish. It's a polish from Coach Chemie, made in Germany. I am in love with this stuff. Guys, this has become one of my favorite finishing polishes out there, and when I have time to talk about it, in my opinion, it's better than Sonak's Perfect Finish.
Have they seen it before?
Yes, get close up. Can they see it? Coach Chemie, are you even in the view? You know what? We should probably flip that lens over so we can see ourselves in the camera.
I bet they can see it. But so what do you like about it?
It's just a great finish polish that produces a tremendous shining gloss. Tremendous shining gloss, and removes light to moderate defects depending on the paint and the pad you're using. But today is just about getting a feel for the polisher and how it actually works. You're not going to learn it all today. I ain't got time. All right, first rule. When you polish paint, you want to keep the polisher within your body. I want you standing still at all times. So that means you're going to be polishing in a very small area, typically 18 by 18. Stay within your shoulders, right? I don't want you polishing the paint and standing still or walking with the polisher. We're going to stay very focused in a small area. Can you give me that polish there?
Yep.
So this machine here is ready to go. This is a very mild polish. You're not going to ruin my car, and if you did, I wouldn't give a crap. But you're not. You'll never ruin paint in front of me. Usually we'll put 3 to 4 pea-sized drops that don't look like that. So this is the first time we're using this pad. I'm going to put 4 pea-sized drops. Those are Texas peas. Those are big peas.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Okay, so we never put it directly on the metal. We always put it on the pad.
Oh, great question,
That's how you do it, right?
When you get ready to polish, you always put your product onto the surface of the pad. Now, I use a rotary and a wool pad. There are times I will put a polish or compound on the paint and then go in heavy with the rotary, but that's a totally different machine and technique. We're going to concentrate on the baby right now. Put it on the pad. We never turn this machine on right now. We want to make sure we put this onto the surface of the paint.
Right, because it's going to get basically fly off of it.
It's going to sling and fly all over the place, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
So the other thing too is when we're polishing paint, I like to put the cord over my shoulder. The reason for that is I don't want the cord dangling on the paint when I'm actually trying to remove scratches. I don't want to create them as I'm trying to remove them. So we want to be working clean, keep the cord over our shoulders. I'm going to start on speed 2. Remember, I am not going to be walking back and forth. I'm going to be staying stationary, and I'm going to work a small area, about 18 by 18 right in front of me, and this is the way it's going to look. I have the machine on speed 2. This is just so I can spread the product out.
Let's go.
You got it. So you can see that's the area I'm going to be working, so I spread that product out. The other thing when you're working with this polisher, I don't want you applying any pressure, but I do want you to make sure that you're keeping the pad absolutely flat. A lot of people, when they hold the polisher, they'll tend to push here, and they won't realize, right?
Yeah.
So you want to make sure, if you're applying any pressure at all, make sure it's over the surface of the head of the polisher so we keep the pad flat.
Well, yeah, on the center.
On the center and flat. We don't want to be cocked on an angle like that because the machine won't rotate. We'll get into this deeper in the future.
Now I see you used a bit of a circular motion here. You went left and right, and then you did this little number. Like so, do I repeat that?
I'm going to let you visually watch me, but I'm going to explain the process too. I go left to right all the way down. We're going to have an overlapping. It's kind of like vacuuming your home. If you vacuum in the carpet, you know, you want to overlap a little bit, make sure we have even coverage over the carpet with the vacuum.
And there's no rhyme or reason when you vacuum really, but I think this is a little different here.
I think there's a rhyme and reason for everything. What are you trying to say?
Only for Scott.
Only for Scott, right. We just want to make sure we get even coverage with the pad all the way in this little 18 by 18 area. You can go, a lot of guys would go left, right, all the way down, right? And then they'll go north, south, and go back and forth and do 5 or 6 section passes. We'll get into that stuff. I don't want your head overthinking the moment. I just want to see how comfortable you are working with the tool, okay? So watch me. Right now I'm on speed 2. I'm going to turn it up to speed 4. Speed 2, we wouldn't be doing any polishing at all, but just watch my arm speeds, watch how I stay stationary. I have the cord over my shoulder, and my arm movements are going to be relatively slow.
Okay.
Watch me, and then if you have questions, ask. I turn the machine off and wait till it stops rotating before I pick it up, okay? I did about 3 passes. Typically we would do 4 to 6 passes. That's one way is 1, then I went up was 2, and then I went back the other way, that's 3.
Okay.
Each one of those passes is called a section pass.
All right.
Right? We typically do 4, 5, or 6 depending on the paint we're working on. Now I've got this there, right? I always want to make God, I got something in my mouth. Excuse me. I always want to make sure I'm careful with this machine, right? I don't want to be talking to Linda, Susie, or somebody yelling my name and I'm not paying attention and I hit the car with it, right? Always have high...
Don't want that to happen, so
Right.
what
So-
do we do with this? Because it's kind of starting to, I don't know,
Yeah, we don't want this to
dry.
dry in
Yeah.
the paint, right?
Yeah,
But this
yeah,
is this is leftover polished residue, and I'm going to take a soft microfiber towel, and I'm just going to go in here and buff it off like I'm buffing off a wax or a sealant
Okay.
off a car, right? So I pick up all that extra residue. I want to flip my towel over and just...
Wow, just look at it. It's like a mirror. The reflection that I see you, I
Right.
see the cloud. I mean, compared to even
This is
this.
a little bit different, right? And we didn't do
Little
that
bit.
much.
Well, yeah. And I was already, like, that's the thing. You think this is already, like, as clean as this can be.
This car is a joke. This car is in
I
really
mean,
bad
this,
shape.
This is literally like, this is a mirror. Like,
Good.
wow.
Then pleasing you is going to be easy with polishing paint
Wow.
because
I mean,
trying to get perfection from OEM paint is very difficult. Here's a test.
finally.
Okay, I'll talk about how to clean pads in the future and all that good stuff. But so you got that polish in front of you, put it over your.
Yes, I've got it.
It's all
You know
right.
what,
Hold on a second. Stay still.
We
Stay
need
still.
electricity and power in order for this to work.
Are you talking to everybody on camera, keeping them entertained?
Well, I'm just.
Why don't you let me see the card. Hey, listen, we're doing this live. We're doing it in the moment. We're not editing it. This is real life. You're having this first time experience.
As real as it gets, people.
Okay.
Sorry. I know. I've seen you do it.
Okay, let's see what you got.
You're gonna trip. Scott, you got it. Yeah. Scott, you're tripping.
I'm tripping out.
Alright. Now, we need some of this amazing German product that Scott likes so much. We put 4 dots in here.
When you lived in, did you live in Germany?
I lived in Germany for about 2 years.
Where'd you live in Germany?
Frankfurt. Just near Frankfurt, yeah. But I've been to other places.
Have you ever been to Baden-Baden, Germany?
No.
Beautiful.
You haven't?
Oh yeah, I was just there not too long ago.
Scott is very well traveled as well. Not as well traveled as me, but he's.
No, you've been to other places that I haven't been. So anyway, we're gonna put. I'm gonna put 4
Well,
pieces.
I mean, I can just,
Okay.
let me just do the whole thing since this is what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
The whole thing. Imagine
Wow,
not
you're
here.
gonna really
like,
be
I'm
a
just
pain in the backside here.
1, 2.
Yeah, sometimes.
Ah,
Gotta wait.
a little smiley face.
You want to make a smiley face?
Not now. I would have if you were not standing here, being all serious. Okay.
Being
so
all
we've
serious,
got,
this is what I do. You want to learn it. We're gonna do it right.
I can learn in various ways.
Various ways. So you
Right.
want me to joke with you, be silly?
Okay. Now I can joke for the both of us.
Okay.
All right, so we got 4 dots here. I think this is enough of what is this called again?
Coach Kemi microcut.
Right. Now. I got it. That's what I'm saying.
I'm
So
gonna go in the house and have a cup of coffee.
So before anything, before we turn it on, and first we're going to start with level 2, the setting. So before we do that, we actually place it on the car before turning it on. Then turn the switch to setting 2.
Are you teaching them or are you telling me?
A little bit of both. I mean,
Okay.
I guess demonstrating you that I can do this. And if you're gonna trip and fall.
I'm not going to trip. Come on, let's
right,
pay
right,
attention. So I'm going to show
Yeah.
you something that I didn't show you before, but
Okay.
you're on level 2, right?
Yes.
You've got the product on the paint. You know what you can do? You can tap it out if you like.
Oh, okay.
Like
All
that.
right, yeah.
But I still want you to spread it out on speed 2. And
But I mean, does it make a difference? Is it better? Like, what does it actually do?
it just
Yeah,
makes it
just
better
still
so,
gonna-
so that the product, a high concentration of the product doesn't sit in
Oh,
one place.
right. Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Right.
Okay, yeah. So we did a little
Tap it out.
tap action. Right. Turning it on.
Keep that pad flat.
Yeah. Is this flat? I think it is.
Okay.
No,
If you think it is, we're good.
I think it is. Well, if it wasn't, you would have told me by now, knowing you.
Knowing me. Very good. When you're spreading out the product, you can go relatively fast. We're just spreading it out. When we turn it up to speed 4, then we want to slow our arm speeds down. It's okay. You're actually doing very good. still spreading the product out?
I cannot do two things at once.
Okay, turn the polisher off. All right, on speed 2, you're just spreading out the product. We're gonna have to ramp up the speed to actually do something.
Yeah,
So
but I
we're-
thought, so I did 2 coats right now.
You
With
just
the 2.
spread it out.
I see. So now we're gonna turn it to 4 and do maybe 3.
Do 3 passes for me. I just
Passes.
want to see how you do it.
Okay.
So turn it up to speed 4
It's on 4.
and get ready. It's going to be a little bit more aggressive than a minute ago.
All right.
Keep that pad flat. Relatively low arm speeds, overlapping passes. Only do 3 section passes. Let me watch you.
Okay.
Go. Very good. Alex, the pad is flat. That's perfect. Very good. Very good. Holy crap. I'm going to tell you something right now. Not only are you a woman, right? But most,
Last time I checked.
last time you did, most women, or most men, even as beginners, you're ahead of the game. You have a lot to, you have a lot to learn, but your arm movements are good, your focus is good, your self-awareness is good. I don't want you moving around too much, but even in 18 by 18 area, you're a small woman, so you're going to move a little bit. But I love the fact that you can feel your presence through the polisher and keep that pad flat. If that pad is not flat, it's not doing it damn good for you or I,
Yeah,
or the
but
paint.
and I can see how it's very easy not to keep it flat because it kind of slides and vibrates so much that it tends to go
Right.
sideways, and yeah.
And you're beginning, so you're a little nervous, but eventually this is just going to become so second nature for you, and you're going to do a light polish on the car and get through it quickly.
A few times, I mean, this isn't actually, like, it's not difficult. You can master it.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think so. I think so.
How soon do you think
let's,
you're going to master it, smart ass?
Let's wipe this off and see if it's as
Want me to wipe it off?
glassy as this. Yeah.
Oh, you want to compare it to my side?
Basically, let's see.
And can you see that line right there, that line of
Yes.
demarc? That's where you didn't polish. Can you see the difference in the gloss and shine?
I can actually see it with the naked eye, and yeah.
Alex,
is
this stuff turns me on. If it turns you on, this is going to be great, because this is the stuff I love to teach.
right. No, I can see it. I can, like, literally, I'm standing even at this distance.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Alex,
And,
you did a great job.
I have the
Phenomenal.
best.
I'm very impressed.
Wow.
Watch that polisher. Don't bang it against the paint.
thank you.
We're going to do more of this. I want to get you into more stuff, more movement, just getting used to the process. We may even just do test panels where we get really aggressive with more aggressive compounds and polishes. But right now, low arm speeds, spread the product on speed 2, do 4 to 5 sections, 4 to 5 or 6 section passes within an
yeah.
18 by 18 area. Keep the polisher within your body at all times. Don't be walking around. Watch your cord. Keep the pad flat. You're going to do great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your help today, and I hope I'm helping you. Guys, I love you so much. We got more videos coming, but it's starting to get pretty late, and we're getting cold. I think we're going to call it a day. We'll see you guys again in the future. Love you so much. Be good.